Why is that so loud? These welds are not Instagram worthy, but it's a work in progress, you know what I'm saying? I really like this little machine, but before we talk about it, talk about the project that I've got going. I've got to build 6 of these boxes for a local fire department. They are 48 inches long by 18 by 18. They are getting 2 T-handles per box. Here's the lid. And I am researching right now as to what I can use to buff this off. Some of you might know. If you do, let me know in the comments. But I would like to, I know I can sand this down with like a sand pad, but I don't like how aluminum gets like that rough texture whenever you sand it down. I want it all to be smooth, so I wonder if there's a way to even do that. If not, I'm guessing just a fine sandpaper or something else. Somebody let me know. But anyway, yeah, I would like to buff this down, and I would really even like to buff these down. I don't know, there's a huge controversy about buffing welds down or keeping them on there. Obviously, if they were a lot prettier, a guy could leave them, I guess. But to me, I just want this to look like all one piece, you know? So I naturally want to like buff these down the way it all looks like one piece. But I don't know. I definitely want to be able to sand this down so my lid seats good. You know, I'm gonna put some weather stripping on here anyway, but I just want everything to be seated real good. So I had Stillwater steel. This is what it started out being. Excuse my messy shop. I clearly need a bigger shop. But anyway, so I had them break these pieces, and then so an L piece with a channel piece, and then that's all 3/16 plate. And then I had them break me this custom rain whip out of 11 gauge, but they done me some 48-inch pieces, and they even done me some 18-inch pieces here, just a little bit long. That way I can miter the ends like I did on this box already. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. I like working on aluminum. As far as this guy goes, I find that it is real loud. It welds this aluminum pretty good. I've got it turned all the way up. So on this little, this is what I mean by loud. It's real loud there, but it's also real loud whenever you're welding. Let's see, it says aluminum, put on AC TIG. Here, ACT, you can switch it. I got it turned all the way up, but it says here that if you're going to weld on 3/16, it needs to be 165 to 195, and all we got is enough for 1/8 inch. To my knowledge anyway. I'm not the best at setting machines, but so yeah, real loud there, but also just the welding, if you notice, is real loud. I don't know what that's all about. I don't remember the TIG that I used back whenever I worked at Stillwater Steel. Of course, it wasn't this machine. It was like it was a bigger machine. That's probably why it wasn't as loud. Or if it was, I just don't remember it being that loud. But anyway, like I said, I do wish it was a little bit hotter, but I would say 3/16 is the max. As far as 3/16 aluminum is the max that this little machine wants. But Anyway, pretty fun. I enjoy it. Go on, take your money and run. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look here, look here. I don't know much about aluminum welding, but I know it is very, very soothing. At least tigging aluminum is very, very soothing. I like it. I learned how to TIG in high school at the local Votech that I went to my junior and senior year of high school. We did learn TIG. I didn't learn any on pipe. Don't know much about walking the cup and all that stuff. That's how we learned, was on plate, just freehanded. And I got a lot of experience at Stillwater Steel also. We TIGged a bunch of aluminum boxes whenever I worked there. And it's been a while since I've done it. But another thing I know about aluminum is the purification. We fixed a lot of aluminum stock trailers whenever I worked there also. One thing we learned was to keep it clean or get it clean, because stock trailer's dirty, right? Well, get it clean as you can before you weld it. And like stuff like this, you can see the impurities coming out of your weld whenever you're welding it. So that's how you know you're making a clean weld, whenever all that stuff is working its way to the top of the puddle or whatever. So yeah, I really enjoy it. It's a change of pace, you know, nice little shop project to be working on. What is that? What is that there on your shirt, Austin? What is that? I'm glad you asked. This is a brass soapstone holder that we now carry in the arosswelding store, along with some soapstone and whatnot. So, okay, I got a little excited. If you're watching this whenever it posts, the soapstone holders, the soapstone, and the khaki shirts are not available just yet, but they will be real soon. So stay tuned. We do plan on carrying, depending on when you watch this, we plan on carrying, or we are carrying, some khaki welding shirts now. So head on over there and check out my website if you're interested. All right, let's do some more welding. One thing about this machine, sometimes whenever I mash on that pedal, it doesn't spark. Sometimes I gotta wait a minute and mash on it again. I just floor it. Sometimes if I floor it, it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe the stock pedal, maybe I need to get an aftermarket pedal. Come on. So I am using a 1/16 in diameter tungsten, and one thing I like to do whenever I am tigging or heliarching, whatever term you want to use, is I like to keep several of these sharpened up. I need a new tungsten right now, is why I'm bringing this up. And you can just come over here and grab your tungsten, change it out, and then have several to go. And then usually whenever I come back, if I have half or all of them that need sharpened, that's the first thing I'll do whenever I get in the shop, is I'll sharpen all my tungsten. I was doing it with that rock, but I really prefer to use this sanding pad. It just goes a little quicker. So, Oh, that's what else I was gonna say is I'm using a 1/16 in diameter tungsten. I was using a 332, but like I said, welding this 3/16 aluminum, I bumped down to a 1/16, and then I'm using a 332 filler rod is what I'm using on this particular project. You might be asking, Austin, what blankets are you using here to keep your aluminum from getting scratched up? As you can see, there's no scratches in the aluminum. Clearly, I'm kidding. There is already scratches in the aluminum. Obviously, that just happened as they were breaking them, I guess, or whatever. It's for the fire department. I don't think they'll mind. I personally don't like all the scratches, but is what it is. But next time, maybe I'll try to be more pickier on the aluminum, make sure we don't get any scratches, I guess. Is it a big deal? What's your opinion? Is it a big deal? It depends on what it's for, right? Let me know in the comments. Is it a big deal to have scratches in your aluminum? Oh yeah, we were talking about what blanket this is. I got down a little rabbit trail. This is actually, I don't know if they're considered moving blankets, but Kayla found like 12 of them or something, and we actually used them to, whenever I was filming in the Industrial Tradition building in our store over here for a while there, whenever I was doing all them sit-down videos, we got all these to kind of help with the sound, so it'd be like sound deadening, if you will. So we had a bunch of these, and I was like, I'm gonna use this. I did have a piece of plywood underneath the first box that I built over here, but I thought of these things, and I'm like, I'm gonna use these, so it's working pretty good. I can move them around and turn them around and whatnot, but they obviously are not heat resistant. I tilted the box down after I got done welding like a corner here, and it clearly burnt my blanket. Another thing that a guy could use is a fire blanket. That's what I would normally use, but I've used this on like steel, like mild steel jobs, so I'm trying not to, it's got little pieces of mild steel in there, so I really don't want to run my aluminum on top of that fire blanket. I could go buy a new fire blanket if I didn't have these, and it would be better for the heat. So I am using a clamp here to rest on as I come down through here, because this aluminum gets extremely hot whenever you're welding on it. Like, it'll be hot like way down here or way back here after you weld on it. Like right now, yeah, it's still hot right here. Yeah, it's hot clear back to here. So I've seen guys on YouTube, whenever they're welding on stainless, tigging on stainless or aluminum, they'll actually put like a piece, they'll actually clamp a piece to it to absorb that heat. But this is thick enough. I don't think I need anything like that, but I do need to get some like metal fabrication clamps, because this is not, this will melt if it gets too hot. So I do not advise using this woodworking clamp, but that is what I have. So I am using it. All right, let's do a little bit more welding. Eyeballs. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to change my tungsten. Got all distracted and stuff talking to y'all. Let's try this again. Now, watch your eyeballs. Almost done with this weld here, and then I think all I will lack is this weld here. So this was supposed to be, whenever they broke this stuff, it was supposed to be fit up corner to corner, but obviously did not work out that way, because to be flush down here, how dirty all that is, jeez. For that to be flush down here, this had to be flush up here, and I don't prefer that, but I mean, it'll work, it'll definitely work. But yeah, I normally like to have a little bitty corner to weld in, because it just looks a lot better versus having to leave this little edge, and it's essentially a little bit stronger because it's like a bevel. Like right here, I'll try to get a little shot. Hard to film this aluminum. But yeah, I think this fit up corner to corner here, and see how it, I don't know, it just looks a lot better in my opinion, and it's a lot stronger. But it's all good. It's all good in the hood. I reckon it'll work for them. I've got 4 more boxes over there where I'm going to be able to freshen up my old aluminum TIG skills, because I definitely need it. It's coffee time. Who am I kidding? Coffee time is all day, every day, day. But on a serious note, if you're new around here, or maybe you're not on my email list and you want updates on sales that we have in the Aross Welding shop, or updates on anything else, like this next Friday is Black Friday, and we'll be having sales in the Aross Welding shop and Industrial Tradition shop, you can now text me via this number, 405-643-7176. Text the word shop to that number and you'll get updates from me personally about sales that we have in the shop, whenever a new video comes out, which is every Friday at 5 o'clock Central Time. But yeah, we use this community text line, if you will, to just have better communication with those of you that want those kind of updates and stuff. And we think it's better than an email. It's a little more direct, I guess you could say. I appreciate y'all being here every week and watching and supporting the channel. My advice for this week is being diverse is really, really important when it comes to being a welder in general, but like being a pipeline welder. Or let me say this, if you're gonna be a welder in the oil field full time, or that's what you wanna do the majority of the time, I highly recommend diversing your skill sets via TIG or any other process. That way, whenever oil field work slows down, you can take on other work and not have to live on only the oil field income. That's my advice, is be diverse in the industry. It'll pay off in the long run. Thank y'all for watching, and remember, learn something every day.